Hi, this is Adam Kunzmiller with Board Game Geek at Gen Con 2017, and I'm joined here by David Short with AEG, and we're here to talk about automobiles.
This is the Racing Season expansion, and it's the first expansion for the base game. What it starts off with is it provides 3 extra tracks. It's Talladega on this side, and then on the other side there's 2 smaller maps.
Okay.
And I designed them specifically to be tighter for smaller player counts, specifically 2 players. And this track here is really fast, has a lot of black spaces all around the board, so your cars are going to be zooming around the track really fast. The second thing the expansion provides is these track cards here, and each track card, can you have a zoom?
You just put it here. Yeah.
Each track card basically just shows one of the tracks, and it allows you to randomize the game. If you don't know which track you want to play on, you just shuffle the cards and randomize it. Additionally,
track selection mechanism.
the other thing that you're useful for is the expansion comes with season campaign, and it allows you to string together multiple tracks to play a season campaign. And only at the end of the campaign is an ultimate winner awarded. And so when you're playing a campaign, you might specifically select that we're going to play on Tucson, and then Monte Carlo, and then Talladega, and then maybe finish on Daytona. And so then you lay out the tracks. Everybody knows what they're going to be playing on, and so you can change your car accordingly. So different tracks require different movement, and so you may be changing your car up from track to track. The interesting thing about the season campaign is that your bag that you're building comes with you from track to track. You don't reset it. And so
you evolve over the season.
You evolve over the season, and you really feel like you're playing that car.
Cool.
Another thing that makes you feel like you are part of that car is that the expansion comes with drivers. And so the drivers, there's lots of them. They do various things, and they're basically individual player powers. For instance, this one here, Driver 10, Kaya Lin, allows you in the end phase, after drawing, discard any number of cubes, and then draw cubes equal to the number you discarded. So it allows you to really cycle your deck quickly and get back to the cubes that you want.
And for those watching that aren't familiar with the base game itself, what's the elevator pitch of how that game works?
So the base game is a bag builder, but in essence that's basically a deck builder, but instead of cards, it's with cubes.
No shuffling.
No shuffling at all. And basically you create your car, and your bag represents that car, and you're using cubes to then show how fast you're moving around the track, and the fastest player around the track wins.
Cool.
And so it's very similarly played as a deck builder, but instead of cards, it's cubes.
Okay, so we have these drivers.
Yep. And so the drivers are really, really neat. This is another one here. Eileen, during the action phase, says place up to 3 cubes from your discard pile into your bag. And so again, if you want to do a very specific amount of actions, you can throw those back into your bag and draw exactly what you want. So the drivers are really fun. They really change up the way you play, and you keep your same driver card throughout the entire season.
Cool. So we have sponsors?
Sponsors are also played during the season, and yeah, you can just and sponsors are awarded at the end of the race according to how you performed, and they give you certain actions that take place between the tracks. So you're altering your car between the tracks. They usually give you some sort of wear removal to basically fix your car, and then also usually some sort of money value in order to buy new items for your car. And so those are the sponsors.
Cool. We have...
And then lastly, of course, everybody wants more action cards. And so the action cards, there's 3 new ones for each type. For instance, this fuel injection engine, right off the bat, it gains you 2 wear. Then it says during your action phase, each of your gear cubes moves twice as many spaces as normally. Nice. And so you can really fire along the track when you have this. Of course, it would cost a whopping $6, but still, it's a really, really good cube to have. Another one of my new favorites is called Redline. It costs $4, and it says during your action phase, you may use white gear cubes to move on any color space. Gain 1 wear cube every time you do that.
Okay.
And so the white cubes don't usually move you very fast around the track.
Right.
But this allows you to change them into really high-powered movement.
And do these also carry over from race to race in a season?
They would, yeah.
Nice.
And so at the very beginning of the season, you'd pick your card set, your tracks, your drivers, and all those things stay stagnant throughout the entire season, so you can actually get used to them and figure out what strategy, what combos work.
Cool.
The only thing that changes during the season is the tracks, of course, and the sponsors that come out.
Yeah, that's really awesome. You see so many racing games that rarely do they touch on that, like actually managing a racing team
Right.
aspect of racing where you carry from race to race. That's really cool.
Right. And so you really do feel like you are part of that team and you're a part of that car, and you're seeing how it evolves throughout the game, throughout the season, I mean. And so one more card that I want to highlight. This is a new garage card. Remove this cube, then draw up to 3 cubes. And so you're actually getting rid of this cube in order to have an influx of more cubes right away. This one's really fun because in the base game, you're only buying a couple more yellows because you start with them in your
Right.
bag from the very beginning of the game. But whenever this card's out, people are buying yellows like crazy.
Yeah, sure.
And so they can make some really big turns when that card is available. So that is it.
It looks like this score sheet is for managing that season.
Right,
I
yeah.
take it.
So people always ask me, well, don't season play take a long time? And my answer is that it actually is surprisingly fast. Because if you imagine at the end of the first race, you're moving around pretty fast. You're going half a lap to a lap every single turn.
Right.
And so that car, as fast as it's moving, is how fast you're moving at the beginning of the second race.
Oh, wow.
Right? Because your bag is
Right.
already built.
It's already tuned.
Right. And so the second race goes that much faster. Third race goes even faster than that. So you can play an entire season in 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
And so,
And that would be how many races?
the minimum season is 3, but you can play as much as 5. And so yeah, I've done a 3-track race in under 2 hours.
Awesome.
And so so it can go really, really fast and makes for a fun evening. If, however, for some reason you don't have the ability to finish the entire season in one night, that's what this is available for.
Oh, so this is like you carry it over.
This is how you keep track
so you
of.
can clean the dinner table. And
Exactly, yeah.
Be
And
fine.
so you would just name the amount of players, what each player has in their bag, what driver they've used, what sponsor they currently have,
Oh, cool.
and so forth. And you just tear off the sheet, throw it in the box. Next game, you start right back up exactly where you were.
All right, well, thank you again, David, for walking us through the racing season expansion to Automobile.
Thank you very much.